Qapla World, it's Birdo Prey 5, and it is December 31st, 2019. And it is open lines. We got a couple hours before Anti-Trekker comes back on. I don't know if I'll be up the entire time, but I figured, why not? Why not try to do some open lines? Although I'm not sure if anybody's actually here yet, and I don't even know if the sound is working. So let me check and see that it is. Let's check and see. Is anybody able to hear me if they do show up? Yes. Yes, sound is working, and 47 Yorktown is here. Qapla 47 Yorktown. 47 Yorktown says, hello, sir. Hello, 47 Yorktown. I will put in the URL if anyone wants to come on the stream and talk. All you need to do is, well, preferably you have headphones, but your only responsibility is to try to be, not make it loud so other people can't hear the other people. If you have headphones, that'd be preferable. Headphones and a microphone. But if you don't, sometimes the computer can deal with it. Please don't be walking and running around. Driving, don't be driving. Be somewhere where you can sit and do this quietly, and we'd love to have you on. Whoever wants to, I put the link in. I'll put it in again, and we'll say hello to everybody. Mrs. Sci-Fi Nation is second. Qapla, Mrs. Sci-Fi Nation. Very different from Mrs. Anti-Trekker. Apologies again. But no, listen, if I had to accidentally call you somebody, at least it was Mrs. Anti-Trekker and not Mr. Anti-Trekker. And Sci-Fi Nation says 5x5, Bird of Prey 5. Thank you, Sci-Fi Nation. Live with Matthew, Qapla, Bird of Prey. I gotta get some kids to bed, but I'll be back in a few. Very cool, Life with Matthew. Actresses must be going to New York to the New Year's party. Happy New Year to all. Very cool, Hector. I hope you have a very fun time at the New Year's party. Qapla. Those were the days. Those were the days. I've actually been to very, very few New Year's parties, except, family. Yeah, well, I mean, that's not the same. Mrs. Sci-Fi Nation puts that an exclamation point. 47 Yorktown, I can hear you. Thank you. Derek McManus, Happy New Year, Bird of Prey 5. Thank you, Derek. And I put in the link. And Mike Richards says, greetings from Columbus, Ohio. Greetings, Mike Richards. And Derek is, I'm sitting in a hotel bar in Wexford. I imagine a hotel bar on New Year's Eve could be quite fun. It could also be incredibly depressing, depending on the bar and the crowd. Here's to hoping it's the former. Sci-Fi Nation says, greetings, Bird of Prey, Mama Prey, Sassy O'Prey, and fellow nerds. Thank you, Sci-Fi Nation. And I put in the link again. Night Breeze is hi, Bird of Prey, Mama Prey. Welcome, Night Breeze. Sci-Fi Nation, I made 100 subs tonight, Bird. Congratulations, Sci-Fi Nation. 100 subs is a great way to bring in 2020. And DJ Odyssey has got to be so close to 300. And Mamo prays and says, hi all, happy and healthy New Year. Thank you, Mamo Pray. Night Breeze says, congrats, Sci-Fi Nation. And Sci-Fi Nation says, thanks to Night Breeze. And Derek says, I had to go outside. The band is really loud. No problem. Well, I never liked loud bands, but I get it. I get it. They have to play. They have to play loud. Well, if nobody wants to come on with me, that's fine. We can talk about New Year's pasts. I was talking earlier. The New Year's Eve of 1999 was really the first New Year's I went out with like friends. Before that, it was all family New Year's. And Night Breeze has entered. Qapla, Night Breeze.
Qapla Bird. Hi, everybody.
Hey, Night Breeze. Oh, okay. We'll go. I'll get down there. Sci-Fi Nation's a Bird of Prey. 301 for DJ at the end of the Anti-Tracker stream. Absolutely fantastic.
Actually, Bird, to correct that, I just looked. He's at 303.
303. Night Breeze is now saying it's 303. Excellent. Mrs. Sci-Fi Nation says, thought we were going to play games together on Anti-Tracker stream. Well, Anti-Tracker says he is going to play games when he starts streaming again at what I believe is going to be 10 or 11 p.m. Eastern. I'm not 100% sure. I think he said 9 p.m., which is 10 p.m. Eastern time. So, a couple hours. Well, we'll see. Night Breeze says DJ's at 303. Thank you, Night Breeze. You said it in person. And Sci-Fi Nation is in the house.
Greetings, Bird. Greetings,
yes,
Night
you're
Breeze.
Coming in. You're in Sci-Fi Nation. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Night Breeze, can you hear me?
I can hear you. And
okay,
welcome, Sci-Fi.
Thank you. How's everyone this fine
We're
evening?
waiting on Sci-Fi. We might be having some technical difficulties. Sci-Fi, we can't hear you, but you're a pro. Okay, you just muted your microphone.
Can you hear me now?
And Midnight's Edge After Dark just came on.
I can hear you,
Sci-Fi. Not to hear. They went to their own channel. You heard Sci-Fi?
Yeah.
Oh,
Sci-Fi, you want to say something again?
I think Bird has me muted on his end. Nothing?
I'm hearing nothing at all. Let me put in my other earbud. Maybe it's only coming through one channel.
That's possible, because I'm running 5x5.
You might have to leave and come back.
I don't even see the gray things around him moving now.
Well, I was waiting for you to get done talking, Bird.
Everybody seems able to hear Sci-Fi but me. Son of a bitch. I hear Night Breeze.
I hear both of you.
Sci-Fi, I'm gonna let me mute you and unmute you and see what happens. Any better?
I don't know. Can you hear me now?
I don't hear you still.
I sound like a Verizon commercial.
I'm gonna kick you. Please come back again. I don't know what else to try. Maybe I'll hear him when he comes back. I gotta kick him. Kicked from studio. There we go. Resolute says Anti-Tracker isn't streaming again. He'll be sound asleep. No, he'll be back. Tiki heard him and Resolute heard him, huh? Sci-Fi says, okay, Bird. Yeah, please try again. So, Night Breeze, what was your favorite New Year's Eve?
Oh, that's kind of a hard decision, but I'd have to say the most interesting was back in the 80s, my younger brother got sick. My mom had to take him into the hospital, and we were having a New Year's Eve party at our house. So she takes him on in. Dad's still at the party with everybody. All of a sudden, she calls us because she slid right through a intersection into a ditch. So half the guys went down there to pull her out and left myself and my older brother there to entertain all the guests.
Lovely. I hope she was okay.
Oh yeah, everyone was fine. My brother ended up with having the flu, but it's just I was probably about 7 years old, 6 years old, and I'm trying to entertain a bunch of adults.
Can you hear me now, Bird?
Oh, that sounds crazy. Is Sci-Fi talking? Because I still don't hear him.
Yeah, I heard him.
You hear him too, Mama Pray? You see his gray things moving?
Yes, my gray things are moving.
Sci-Fi, can you talk for like a minute straight?
Okay, well,
Let me see if there's anything I need
I'm
to
on
do.
Bird of Prey's 5 stream. He seems to be having some tribbles in his system.
Son of a bitch.
So we got to get the
Goddamn
hyper spanner
StreamYards.
out and try to fix it for him. I mean, I don't know. Maybe
Don't
he
even know
dropped
what
his
the hell could
microphone
be
in the
happening.
geology machine. I don't know. It's Bird of Prey. Anything's possible. What do you think, Night Breeze?
Oh, that sucks.
Well, I doubt he dropped it in there, but you never do know.
Apparently, Mom can hear you.
See, yeah, Bird, Mama Prey can hear me. What'd you break this time? Come on now, man. That's not cool. It's like New Year's Eve and everything, and you invite us on your stream, and then you pretend you can't
I
hear
can't
us.
hear him. I can't hear him at all. I'm going to report the issue to Streamlabs, to StreamYards, but they're not going to be able to do anything. They never do.
Okay, well, tell Bird I'm just gonna drop out of the stream then, because that's not fun if he can't hear me. But and tell him thank you for having open mic night here on the Bird of Prey 5 channel.
Hey, Bird, he's going to go ahead and just drop out. He says thank you for having an open mic, and thanks for giving him the chance to be on.
Oh, damn it, Sci-Fi. Thank you, though. I'm sorry. I wonder if I'm going to hear any guests besides you, Night Breeze.
Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of odd that everyone else seems to be hearing it. I don't know this program well enough to even guess what the problem is.
Well, it's really just a website, not even a program.
But I will say the other one I can really remember for New Year's Eve was 2000 with the Y2K. I was in part of ESDA, which is the Emergency Services and Disaster Agency.
Right.
So I spent the evening down in our Emergency Operations Center where we kind of had our own little party. And, granted, great thing was nothing happened. Y2K, no problems at all. But had some lady called the police because people were shooting fireworks off for the new millennium. And the local chief of police said, give it about 10 minutes and then go check it out. He was not worried about the fireworks at all.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess it depends on where you are. I mean, New York City, especially at the time, they would not have looked on fireworks. They would have gone after them. But earlier years, they were more hands off, even though fireworks are completely illegal in New York City, like everything good is.
Oh yeah, I'm in Illinois, and fireworks are illegal. But the way the chief looked at it was, it's the new millennium. It's a once in a lifetime thing. So As long as there's nothing major going on, just let it go.
Yeah, that sounds like a chief that makes good decisions. Adega Outlaw says, check your left and right channel for your headphones. Yeah, I usually only wear the right one, but I put both in now, and even with both in, I wasn't able to hear Sci-Fi Nation at all. But I hear Night Breeze just fine. Resolute remembers New Year's 2000. My dad got in a fender bender at the Pizza Hut parking lot. I remember, 1999 to 2000, and the great debate. And there's been some of it this year because of, 2019 into 2020. But at the time, obviously, it was like, does the new millennium start at 2000 or 2001? And again, now it's like, there's the decade, because everybody's like, oh, a great new decade, a new decade. But like, how quickly ye all forget that we were all told that actually the new millennium doesn't start until 2001, which means the new decade doesn't start until 2021, because officially there was no year zero. So the first millennium was year 1 to 1000, and 1001 to 2001 was the second millennium, and so on. And the Navy confirmed that the new decade actually starts in 2021, even though everybody's running around saying it's the new decade. But listen, I don't care. I say we should just change the calendar and pretend it started at 0, because I think the new millennium makes sense at 2000. I think it makes sense a new decade starts at 2020. But officially, we're all wrong. We're all wrong.
Yep, I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again.
Thomas Potts says, Vertebrae steals ideas from DJ about open lines. DJ didn't invent open lines. And I had Streamlabs before DJ. John DeMarco says, hello there. Welcome, John DeMarco. Thomas Potts says, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I just said hi to John. Sorry about that.
No problem. Mamo Pray, Happy New Year's Eve. Thank you for making this year better for us, says Thomas Potts. Okay, Mamo Pray is writing her own response. Sci-Fi Nation Bird of Prey is splitting feathers over technicalities now. Well, I'm just saying that I remember it being a big thing. I mean, they even had it as a plot of an episode on Seinfeld back in the time. Was between Newman and what's his face? Oh man, now it used to be. I mean, how could I forget this? The crazy one,
Kramer.
Yes, Kramer. Between Newman and Kramer booked the venue, whatever one it was, for 1999 to 2000. It was the new millennium, and Newman said, but the millennium starts in 2001, and that was it wasn't their best episode, but it was something. Thank you, Sci-Fi Nation. See, that would be why if you were on, although Night Breeze got it too, could have been helpful. Oh, Mamo Pray posted, thank you, Thomas, but I thank you all for making this year so much better for us, more than any of you will ever know. Yeah, I read it. I could tell it was a typo. Mamo Pray. Resolute, it's easy to forget Seinfeld. It sucked. Resolute.
Good point.
Seinfeld was a big part of my life. Not that I loved it. Don't get me wrong. It was not like I cared about Seinfeld like I cared about Star Trek, but All my friends used to watch Seinfeld. It was a shared common bond among everybody. At least everybody I knew. We'd all know what happened on Seinfeld.
Yeah, Kramer is the only funny one on there. I mean, everyone talking about how funny Jerry Seinfeld is, and I've never really found him that funny.
That's gonna sound sexist, but I always thought Elaine was the least funny.
Oh, I don't deny that. I really Kramer, Richard or whatever. I can't think of his first name, but Richards is the one that made me. No, the guy who played Kramer. It's, Richards is his last name. And I
Mike
like
Richards?
him. I think it is. Of course, his best role was still in the movie UHF as Stanley Kowalski.
Stanley Kowalski's Clubhouse. This is a mop. Yes. I didn't even realize it was him for years until I watched UHF again while Seinfeld was on. I was like, holy crap, that's Stanley Kowalski. And he still looked like Kramer. I mean, they looked pretty similar at the time.
Oh yeah, and that's one of my favorite movies. I love Weird Al, so of course I had to watch that movie, and Mike Richards was great. I can never think of the actor's name, but the villain in there, every villain I've ever seen him as, he was one of the best actors in the around.
Thomas Potts is, when are they building the Millennium Gate? The one Janeway's great-grandmother helped get built. They're never building it, Thomas, because Voyager didn't predict any of the future. Now, Deep Space Nine did. The sanctuary cities that Deep Space Nine predicted, they're being built. They're being built right now in California. But Voyager, sorry, no, nothing in Voyager is ever going to come true. Sci-Fi Nation says it's our pleasure to Mamo Pray. Oh, Mr. Londell is here. Hello, Mr. Londell. Let's see if we can hear you. I'm sorry, I don't know how long you've been here for. It's still connecting.
Can you hear me?
And Sci-Fi Nation said yes, Mike Richards. And Mike Richards says Michael Richards.
Hi, Mr. Lundell. How you doing tonight?
Yeah, okay.
And Kramer was based on a real neighbor. Is Mr. Lundell talking? Yes. He is? Son of a bitch. I can't hear you
don't
either,
think I
Mr.
speak
Lundell.
English?
Oh, God damn
Okay,
it.
I'm allowed.
I'm hearing you fine, Mr. Lundell.
If you can hear me.
It's not the headphones, I don't think. You know what? Let me take my headphones out and just see if I hear him speaking. I'm going to mute my microphone.
Okay, go ahead and try to talk, Mr. Lundell.
Yeah, I was coming last
Could you guys
comment
speak?
about
Can anybody hear me?
Out fine, Bird.
Yeah, he can hear you. I can hear you, Bird.
But Bird can't hear us.
Yeah, I believe he can hear me. He was able to hear me, but he hasn't been able to hear anybody else.
Oh, okay. So I thought it was my own for a second. But anyway, you can probably it's to Bird. California cities. Referencing the way major cities in California to look in those 2 episodes of DS9, and now I'm like the Bell riots are 50 away. So if anything, DS9.
Yeah, Bird, Mr. Lundell saying that in reference to your sanctuary thing, DS9 has been prophetic. He's seen an article a couple years ago that was comparing the current California cities and DS9, and he said it could be just about 20 to 30 minutes until those riots. Hopefully you guys can hear me a little better now. I had my mic turned up a little bit to where it wasn't directly in front of my mouth.
I can hear you. You kind of go in and out. I can hear you pretty good though.
Okay. I'm not sure what he was trying to do is turn it on so that he could listen through his speakers, I think. So
Oh, okay.
we'll but I don't know if he's able to hear you or not.
He's been on icon here. His mic muted, so he's trying to speak anyway.
Yeah. He said he was going to mute his mic.
Can anybody hear me now?
I can hear you.
Is there an echo?
I hear.
Oh yeah.
Son of a bitch. Mr. Lundell, can you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you.
Is he talking?
An echo. Yeah.
Yeah, he says he can hear you.
I laughed
I
when
still can't hear him. Son of a bitch.
Everybody can hear you. You can't hear Mr. Lundell?
Everybody can hear me, but I can't hear Mr. Lundell.
Here, Bert, let me try to exit out and then see if that solves it.
Button.
Okay. Well, I'm afraid we won't hear anything. I'm gonna, Mr. Lundell, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Lundell, I'm gonna kick you out
Still
too.
hear you.
And then you try to come back in, please.
Okay. Oh, all right.
I can't believe I'm paying StreamYard's $20-something a month for this kind of crap service. It's not like I don't know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. Okay, Mr. Lundell, I just put back in, it puts the wrong address. I just put back in the address. Do the second one, please. Oh, the Rocinante, Qapla the Rocinante. So, and thank you so much for a $5 super chat. It says, Anti-Tracker said I should have you pronounce my name. Yes. Well, to be honest, Rocinante, what the thing is, about 3-4 months ago, I had a lot of trouble pronouncing Rocinante. It went on for an entire stream. I just couldn't quite pronounce Rocinante. But I did get it. I did get it eventually. Okay, so now we're trying to have Mr. Lundell back in. Mr. Lundell, I cannot hear you yet. But I'm going to try refreshing the page, which is something they suggested to me in the past.
Okay. I got the place all to myself now. Okay. Here's how it's gonna happen. Comes back. We all have fun. Nobody can hear him. Nobody can see him. What happened to Bird? Okay. What happened to Bird?
I can see and hear you now too, Mr. Lundell.
How you doing, Bird?
Good, great. Let me put in my earphones so that we're not hearing an echo.
Okay, so now you can hear me.
Okay, Mr. Lundell, you can hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can. Excellent. Well, let's bring in Night Breeze. Night Breeze, are you there?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me, Bird?
Now I can hear Night Breeze.
Okay.
Well, that's...
Is Night Breeze talking?
Yep.
Son of a bitch.
You have said
Hear him.
There's no setting to set it just to 2 people.
Okay.
I have no idea what's going on.
Okay, I can hear Night Breeze.
Night Breeze saying he has no light.
What's he saying?
Sorry, I can hear you, Mr. Lundell. I just
They
can't
told me to
hear...
refresh the page.
You know, I can hear Bird of Prey. I can hear you. I just don't hear... or Bird just doesn't hear me.
Oh, that's the problem. We got to get you some better equipment, Bird.
What happened?
What do you mean?
Why do I need better equipment? Oh, I thought you noticed what the problem was.
No, okay. I didn't know if you would hear that or not.
No, I heard that. I'm hearing you fine now. It's the third person.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and just get off the stream here.
Okay, so the question is, do we have a quorum with 2 people?
I'm curious if we get a 4th person, will I hear them or will it... Do you guys hear like a rumbling, like a car or something? Or is that just me?
Oh, okay. Let me.
I didn't know if it was me or not. Hold on,
I
let me
think
mute
it's
Miss...
my links.
I don't know, Mr. Lundell. I hear it whether I mute you or not. Yeah, it's not you, Mr. Lundell.
Okay,
Okay, now I saw Sci-Fi Nation blink.
Hey, yeah.
Okay, I can see Sci-Fi Nation, but I can't.
Okay.
I can't hear Life with Matthew.
Yeah?
Can you hear me or Life with Matthew, Bird?
I can hear Sci-Fi Nation. Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
And I can hear Mr. Lundell. But
What about
Live with
me?
Matthew, I don't see or hear.
Oh, come on.
I'm going to refresh the page again.
So it's the
Okay,
third.
hold on.
I see.
Everybody, please stay where you are. I'm going to try refreshing one more time.
Well, this has been an interesting stream.
Yes, it has.
Hey, Sci-Fi and Lundell. Can y'all both hear me? Was it only Bird who couldn't hear me?
I think it was just Bird. I hear you fine.
Or apparently the third
I-
did not be able to.
Mr. Lundell,
Sci-Fi.
can you hear me?
I hear everybody, including. Yeah, I hear
Okay,
everybody.
Okay.
I don't hear anyone. That's the problem.
I'm here. Sci-Fi, are you here?
Yes, I'm here, Bird.
Mr.
Oh, don't
Lundell, are you here? Now I can't hear Sci-Fi, Mr. Lundell, or Life with Matthew.
I haven't spoken yet. Can you hear me? Do I need to do a little radiating thing so you know I'm talking?
Yeah, you gotta, do the little bebop thing that Bird does when he's singing the songs up there. And Bird broke it again.
SOAB.
Oh my goodness.
I don't hear any of them.
You can't hear any of this, Bird?
Push your button.
I think he's got tribbles.
I don't know if they can. I'm right now. I'm being less than nice to the
We-
StreamYard's tech support.
We
I
hear you just
apologize
fine.
if you're hearing me, StreamYards, but I pay good money, and this is the third stream now that's being ruined.
Okay, they're hearing you.
I came to Bird's live stream and all I got with this
Are
lousy.
you guys on Chrome, or what are you guys using?
Chrome.
Thomas says they're here all four.
Oh,
I'm using the browser on my cell phone, whatever that is.
Like
Okay.
Matthew and Mr. Lundell using Chrome. Sci-Fi's using the browser on his cell
so you think we need to do it with sign language for
Trying
him?
to tell this to StreamYard's tech support. They say sorry, they're not sure why you're having the issue.
Hey, so I'm curious.
Well,
People
anyway.
in the stream, can y'all hear all of us talking, or is it
Can
just,
anybody hear me now?
just Joe who can't hear us?
I hear you fine, Matthew. I hear Mr. Lundell. I hear Bird.
I assume some of them said yes.
So I guess we could just like
What
do
if I
our
disable
own
audio
stream
processing?
and let Joe kind of sit on the side being frustrated.
Only
Well,
if you
that's
camera on.
something. I don't hear them.
I mean, or if we get an
I'm
SO.
going to refresh the page again.
I'm glad everyone else in the stream can hear us. Tell you what, I'm gonna try switching over to like Firefox, see if that doesn't help them. Or are they trying to say that Chrome is the preferred browser?
Here, I'm going to drop out and actually restart in Chrome. So maybe that might help Bird out.
Yes, stay where you are. Everybody stay where they are for right now. Please.
Okay.
Talk
Okay.
amongst yourselves.
So, well, it looks like we got Bird streamed to ourselves again.
We sure do. I feel like I hijacked it somehow.
I can hear people.
Hey!
You guys, I can hear Sci-Fi. I can hear Live with Matthew. Mr. Lundell is muted.
Okay.
Are you there, Mr. Lundell?
Yes. Hear you loud and clear.
Okay. Okay, wait. Can I hear Live with Matthew? Maybe I can't hear you. No, I can't hear you. Are you doing that on purpose, you son of a bitch? Son of a bitch. Okay, I can hear you all right now. Oh my God.
And I think you got some tribbles in your laptop there, Bert.
I had to refresh like 4 times.
Oh, Thomas Potts. I'm in the woods on my computer because I grabbed just kind of a background that I had sitting on the desktop, and it's a zombie background for 7 Days to Die.
I think your cam. Oh, it didn't. Just on my phone, it did, not on the TV. Oh, Bird, what's on the agenda?
I don't know. We talk about
Speak.
favorite New Year's memories or something.
Well, the last 10 years has just been sitting home doing nothing, which is fine with me.
No, same as mine. But
I think one of my favorite New Year's memories was kind of one of the first winters we moved up. Oh. I'm sorry, was I interrupting you, Mr. Lundell?
No.
Is he talking?
Oh, we got 2 super chats. I'm sorry. Let me just get John Araki says, "How can I be lost when I've got nowhere to go?" Thank you so much, John Araki. Another one, and John Araki gave a $1 super chat earlier. Thank you again, John Araki. And thank you for your patience, everybody, as we tried to figure this out. Okay.
Well, at least we got an SOB out of you.
I don't know if Mr. Lundell can hear Life with Matthew or vice versa. So
it seems like I might be having some
say,
problems hearing it. Yeah.
Life with Matthew, why don't you start? Oh, you do hear. Okay. Okay. So Life with Matthew was in the middle of saying his New Year's memory.
Oh yeah, kind of one of the first years we moved up to the place I live now. It was another hot year, like it is this year, and we did a water balloons out in the front yard on New Year's. Left a giant hole in the yard that the grass never quite recovered from, but it was a real fun time. Had lots of friends and family over.
I keep forgetting you don't have snow down there, so you say water balloons. I'm like, that's got to be cold.
No, it was a real hot year.
Yeah, I was trying to debate when you meant hot. Did you mean like hot, like 35 degrees, or hot like 80?
Hot like 80, and that's what it is right now. Well, today was kind of cold. It was like 60 today, but or maybe 50. But it's been a real warm winter here in Texas, or at least my part of Texas.
Okay, Mr. Lundell, what's yours? And by the way, Mr. Lundell, it's great to have a face to go with the name. You're always at my streams. Thank you.
Well, it's been fun. The games and everything. For me,
thank you.
A favorite New Year when the millennium changed. This time I actually sat home all New Year's Eve day, New Year rolling in time around the planet with it's like just the day, the way they had the Eiffel paired up and the way the fireworks went off, and then sitting here in Dallas when I don't know why, just sitting home, it was memorable. Probably because it was a century and nobody is going to see the next one. So to me, that made it more memorable than any.
I don't know if it was. I assume you mean 99 into 2000, right?
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
Well,
Okay.
I know the
Um.
one, but that's how they build it.
Yeah. Yeah. No. No. I remember. Everybody was saying it was the millennium, and it was. I mean, for all practical purposes, it was. I don't know if it was just me or maybe people who were old enough at the time. I guess I was barely old enough, but I mean, I looked at 99 into 2000 and I looked back and I was like thinking that there were probably terrorists that were trying to just kill us. And, the government had held everything together and there was no Y2K issues. And that I just had so much, I don't know if it's pride, but just positivity on New Year's Eve, 1999 into 2000. I was like, I really thought we were going somewhere. Things were going good. And then by 2001, we all know what happened. By 2002. Yeah, by 2002, we all knew. Yeah, 2002 was bad. Oh, John Araki says, is this working? Son of a bitch. Thank you, John Araki. Yes, that does summarize the evening. And Thomas Potts is saying that Mr. Londell is cutting in and out a bit. He texted me. Yeah, Mama Pray hears it too. But earlier you were cutting out a bit. I don't know if that's a software issue or a local issue, but just a heads up. I mean, we heard you fine, but it just seemed a little in and out.
So, Bird, did you do anything special for going into the millennium for Y2K?
Well, like I said, it was the first New Year's Eve I really went out with friends. I mean, like the first, I obviously at college I had friends, but it was the first one that I went out with friends to. We went to just a restaurant out on Long Island, and we all got we all had a table, and we hung out, and it was just a fun time. And then the next year, which was I guess the 2001 millennium, my dad had a boat club. Well, my dad was a Commodore of the boat club. And so they did a party every year. So instead of going to my family who they did their party in Long Island, I went to the boat club and I took a friend of mine who happened to be a female with me, and her parents came too, and we had a really good old time. And then we had a lot to talk about the next morning. But yeah, it was fun. It was a good time. And then after that, I just remember staying in my apartment. One friend came over whose dad had passed away in the towers, and we just kind of hung out and drank a little and just held our breath that nothing bad happened when the ball dropped. And then they were just after that, I just started going back to the family ones, assuming I was home. There were some years I was away, which was fine. I didn't mind being away with the work stuff at that point.
Well, at the millennium, going into Y2K, while everyone was freaking out and I was laughing at them, I was 23, so yeah. But I can't remember if I stayed home or if I went out because I was with my first daughter and my son's mom at the time. I got that sometime, or sometimes I remember, sometimes I don't.
Okay. I don't really rememry what I did for the millennium, but I do remember my brother was completely convinced that Y2K was going to destroy everything. And so he
There were
had my
those
parents
people.
he had my parents invest in like the canned goods and the bottled water. We had a shelf in our garage for just years full of all this emergency bug out stuff because of him.
Well, it's funny that the Y2K people were like the original preppers, like doomsday preppers.
Did you hit the doorbell?
Did I?
Yeah, somebody hit the doorbell, and you were the only one out front.
I must
Okay.
What? No sassy.
No, Sassy didn't bark because Sassy knew Mama Prey was at the door.
Oh, okay.
It was weird. Mama Prey goes out front, and I hear the doorbell ring. I'm like, what? Oh. Yeah, I think we might have gotten some canned goods or something
Well,
for Y2K. Not big stuff, but
was that you that were
flashlights?
talking about January 19th, 2038 today in your stream?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Life with Matthew's convinced that it's all going to be it's not going to be an issue.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I do a lot of programming stuff, and I just know that even big municipalities are going to get rid of every last piece of equipment they have by 38.
Well, what about like people that are still using Windows XP? I mean, they might be using Windows 10 by the time that rolls around.
That's true, but like if you think about it, 18 years ago, like what computer still exists from 18 years ago that actually is being used for anything except like a retro gaming rig?
I've heard of computers in municipalities running water systems that are still on hardware that you can't get anymore.
Yeah, Windows 95. Or
Yeah,
98.
okay, that one's fair, Bird. I've seen a fair share of that, yeah. But most of them are being upgraded, so hopefully they'll be due for another upgrade by then.
Yeah, but somewhere there's going to be somebody running a 20-year-old computer. Although these computers aren't made to last, so maybe the hardware failures will force it. The cheap Chinese capacitors will force everyone to upgrade.
You never know, Bird. I mean, look at the little like Mayberry type towns that are using computers that are probably 20 or 30 years old right now.
Oh, that's sassy going. I could have sworn I read an article with some town that was still using Commodores for something.
What?
Or Amiga,
Wow.
something like that. Yeah,
That's
Mama
crazy.
Prey read it too.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
They buy their parts on eBay.
I guess I got to save money somehow. Huh?
It's probably like the most critical system too. Like here's the
The
computer that
911
controls all the
system.
emergency pressure for when there's a giant fire in the city, and it's
Yeah,
running off of the
The backup generators.
yeah.
Every night, put in a new cassette into the cassette drive to do a
Yeah.
backup. Alexander's in the house. Welcome, Alexander. Alexander Brooks. And Mr. Captain 93 is here. Windows 95 or bust.
Leslie's here.
Wesley Crusher is here.
Hey, Wes.
Shut up, Wesley. No, it's fine. Welcome, Wesley.
Oh, okay,
Tiki of Doom says, cool robot background. RoboCop background for Life with Matthew.
that
Is
is
that
the
RoboCop?
Dallas City skyline.
Well, it's RoboCop now.
Mr. Lundell, I swear I see you moving your mouth every once in a while. I'm not hearing anything from you.
Oh, yeah, no. I'm sorry, Miss Lundell. We're not hearing anything.
Yeah, Resolute says you ought to see the computers running all the old nuclear power plants here in the U.S. They're probably running the old Tandy 80s or something.
I did not know that they
Mr.
filmed
Lundell.
RoboCop in Dallas. That's pretty interesting. See, so I put up Dallas because I actually live in the west side of the Metroplex. So Mr. Lundell Are you still in Dallas? Because I'm over on the Fort Worth side of life. So even if he is in Dallas, even though we live geographically close, it's still like we're probably still like an hour and a half to 2 hours from each other.
Well,
Oh,
because
Thomas, that's just mean. Home of the Cry Boys? No.
that's kind of funny though. Yay, Wesley's home from work. Congrats.
Is anybody able to hear Mr. Lundell?
I can't hear him at all, Bird.
Nah.
Okay, I'm thinking it might be an issue on his end, but I'm never sure anymore.
Well, we know you got your end fixed. That's what counts.
Yeah, but who's to say it's not the crappy software that's muting him?
Oh, I've never experienced that before, so I don't know.
I know, and it's just like I don't understand why I have these problems. Everybody else uses this software without issue. Doomcock, Nerdrotic, you, DJ, Live with Matthew. Do you use it?
I have not used Streamlabs before now.
Okay,
I only use it for mobile streaming, and I haven't figured out how to invite other guests on while doing it through my phone.
Well, you use Streamlabs. This is StreamYards.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, yes, you're right. Sorry. Yeah, either way, I haven't used
Everybody-
StreamYards, but I have used Streamlabs.
I heard something.
Yeah.
We heard you there, Mr. Lundell, for a minute or 10 seconds.
Uh, okay.
Holy cow.
Doubles.
It's
Let me try something else.
we hear you're better when you're on as an avatar for whatever reason. Seems to be.
Yeah, he did get better there for a minute.
Well, now we don't hear anything. But he said he was going to try something else, so maybe he's busy.
He was starting to sound like a speak and say there for a minute.
So, Bird, maybe you can answer this for me. I asked on Anti-Trigger's Discord, but I was trying to figure out how would you define high sci-fi or hard sci-fi, which has a bad-sounding name, but isn't what some people might be thinking.
I was going to say, Mrs. Sci-Fi almost answered you, and I had to tell her not to.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, well, if 7 of 9 is on the screen, or some of the early Counselor Troy episodes, maybe. But okay, let's say high sci-fi. Honestly, I would just say the smaller the audience. That's probably not the best way to define it, but I think it's a symptom. The less people that can understand it, I don't know. Like I would say Star Trek is, well, I don't even know. Original series Star Trek, I'm not sure if that is even considered high sci-fi anymore. I'll tell you, Discovery is not.
Voyager
Discovery is not. Voyager isn't.
I think TNG came the closest.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, TNG maybe. I'd say Expanse is pretty high sci-fi. I think.
So the definition. Go ahead,
Orville's not.
Oh, I was going to
would
say,
not be.
yes, Thomas, it is a cloaking device.
I'd say Doctor Who is. But I don't watch Doctor Who. No?
Oh, okay, so let's make sure we're all in the definition I saw today was hard sci-fi was a sci-fi story that was like the extreme realism of this is science. So something like Space Odyssey 2001 would have been considered hard sci-fi. But I've always considered high sci-fi to be more like, here's a science fiction world, and yes, it's based on science and not just like fantasy science, but real science. But we focus on morality plays or a telemorality, which Doctor Who would fit that kind of definition. Who definitely looks
mean,
at morality.
those I wasn't thinking those were the definitions, but if that's it's certainly fine definition. I'm not disputing it. I never looked it up. I was just assuming stuff that was very sci-fi. I don't, for lack of a better word,
Like
little low on fantasy, high on sci-fi.
oh, like Buck Rogers.
Not like Buck Rogers. Not like Buck Rogers.
Well, it's sci-fi.
I don't
I always
know.
prefer
I'd
Dodgers
suck
over
it.
Buck Rogers.
Yeah, me too. I'd suck at defining it. And Miss Londell, I don't know if you can still hear us, but we haven't heard a peep from you in a bit. So if you're trying something, it's not working.
Shoremore says, greetings and Happy New Year to Bird of Prey and Mama Prey, myself, Mr. Lundell, Life with Matthew, and fellow ethnic nerds, but he can't stick around too long.
Thank you, Shromore. Qapla.
I might have to agree with Thomas on what he said in the chat there.
What did Thomas say?
I didn't want to repeat that on the air.
Well, it's fine. That's fine.
I mean,
I'm not even sure if that'll do it.
I wasn't, sure because I know how Bird gets on here sometimes. So.
Oh, I mean, you could say it on my stream. I don't give a damn. It's nothing. That wouldn't even, I've said much, much worse.
Yeah, this channel isn't meant for kids.
Hadn't noticed.
Freaking YouTube algorithms. I'll tell you what's not made for kids.
Oh, was that Mr. Lundell? You are, Mr. Lundell. Mostly.
Hear me now?
Much better there.
Yeah, I got you.
All good.
Bird of Prey after dark. Now there's an idea. The only problem is in the summertime he goes to bed before it gets dark.
Well, yeah. Birds of prey are not nocturnal, are they?
Owls are.
I never really
Owls
imagined
scared me.
you as an owl before.
Oh, I've been told by Native Americans that I was an owl. And they asked the person I was with, what does an owl represent? And they said, wisdom. And the Native American said, in not so many words, no, that's a stupid white person answer. The owl means slyness. The owl means it stalks, quiet. It's sly. You won't hear it coming.
You got to give them credit though. They're always polite to ask who's coming.
They're always what?
They're always asking who you are. So they're really polite.
Who? Yes, who?
Oh, oh wow!
But,
It took me too long to get
I
that
thought it
one.
was actually a pretty good description at the time. Wesley says BOPAD, Boped.
Oh, Bird of Prey
Oh,
after
Bird of
dark.
Prey after dark. Yeah.
Oh, after dark. Yeah. Well, I mean, let's be honest. Oh, Vile Mike is here. Hey, Vile. Vile, you want to come in? And we put in the URL again.
Vile, the prank you played on your daughter was priceless.
Yeah,
I'm glad that you responded well. I think most of my siblings and my kids, I think if at that age, we would have probably started crying instead of laughing.
I played a prank on my cousin Dibs once, and I still feel bad about it. But I was like, I don't know, 12, and he was maybe 4. Like, and I called him up the day after Christmas. And I told him, his mother put it. She didn't say who it was. Put it on the phone. I told her that this was Santa Claus, and I'm sorry, but we made a mistake. But all the presents I had to come and pick up, they were for the wrong kid. He didn't get anything, and he started crying. Oh my God! No, Jason, it's me, it's cousin. It's like I felt so bad.
I like
I felt
that.
so bad. Vile Mike, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. But just
And
letting
I
you
can
know,
hear you.
Can you hear me?
Hey,
Yes.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. I'm actually driving at the moment, but I have the vile child sitting next to me, so I'm going to let her talk.
Katie.
hey, Vile
Hi.
Child.
Caddy, just watch your mouth. I heard your dad last night saying you had quite a filthy mouth.
Hi.
We're upstanding gentlemen.
Surprisingly, I will most likely more trip over my own words than I will curse.
I was joking too because we have at least I have a terrible mouth.
We also know that you're far from upstanding, Bird.
Oh, just because I can't stand doesn't mean I'm not upstanding.
And he got the pun. Perfect.
I
Love you, man.
got it. Yeah. Stand with me. Yeah, you son of a bitch. I'll stand with you.
You just tell them, Bird, the day you are able to get on your feet and you stand up, they're going to cower in fear because you're like 6'4".
6'4", 6'4.25", but who's counting?
That's only 2 inches taller than me.
I am. I'm up to 101 now. Woohoo!
So,
I think it's
Caddy,
all uphill
You got
from
you
here.
doing your
101 subs
you
now,
doing your
Sci-Fi?
channel? I'm sorry, what?
I said, you got 101 subs now, Sci-Fi?
Yeah, Vile.
Damn it, you're ahead of me now.
DJ's up to 303.
Oh, wow.
He got over 50 subs in the last 24 hours.
Way to
Mostly
go.
thanks to Captain Foley and Anti-Tracker. But I'd like to think I played a part.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
sure you did.
he is quite visible in your streams, Bird.
Yeah, too bad he's got a radio show tonight.
Yeah.
Though
So
he gets
does he
paid for
actually
that
work at a
stuff,
radio
so.
station?
He does. I mean, it's an internet radio station, but he says he gets paid for it. So it's I thought he was volunteering, but he's getting money.
Huh.
I've tuned in once or twice. It's pretty fun to listen to him.
And it looks like we lost Mr. Londell.
He's not
Mr.
really
Londell,
that.
if you want to try again later, feel free to come back in. He was having some sound issues.
He's not all that different on his radio show than he is on his live stream, except well, obviously not as dirty minded, but you know.
My
Well, that's a
friend
nice thing
Addie,
about
who
it.
comes on. Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say that's a nice thing about an internet radio show. You have less censors to worry about.
Well, yeah, my friend Addie, who comes on from time to time, Zethon, he actually, when I met him, he and his friend were doing an AM radio show on a channel out of Maryland, and it turned out it was a Christian radio channel, but they were doing a show that was not Christian at all, and Addie is a pretty strongly atheist person, and one time during the show they just started talking, and Addie is like, yeah, he's like, but there's no such thing as God. Jesus didn't exist, and he just goes off, and like the people came out to him, and they were like, You can't say that. And they were on punishment for the next like 6 months. Every channel they had, every commercial they had to run was a Christian commercial. I couldn't believe that they let them stay on the air.
Yeah.
But they did. They let them stay on the air for a long time. The program director said, listen, there's 2 types of radio shows that people listen to. Ones they listen to because they love, and ones they listen to because they hate. So if you're going to be the one they hate, that's fine. But you gotta run these commercials from now on. So they stayed on like another year, and then they just kind of they actually decided to end the show.
So they let him
to move on,
run his format the way he wanted to, but they just made him play the Christian commercials.
Yes, exactly.
That's a good compromise. I mean, really.
They had started as an internet show, and they kind of got picked up by their local radio station. So it was damn cool to say, "Hey, I'm on the radio. I have a radio show," even if it was on a relatively small town out of Maryland, but it was a decent sized radio station.
That'd be a hard adjustment though, going from internet to all those FCC regulations.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, just they really couldn't curse, but that was it. And their radio station, they had a license. Supposedly, they could play any song they wanted. Didn't matter who it was from. Where I guess it's like DJ. He can play any song he can find. He can play. And I was shocked that the radio stations. I'm like, how do you get permission from these artists? He's like, the radio station does it. They give a blanket. You can just play anything. If it's out there, he can play it.
Oh, Wes is backstage.
Oh, thank you. And Mr. Londell is back too. Okay, Wes.
Greetings.
And Mr. Londell.
Hey, Wes.
Well, now that you got them on the line, I'm going to head out because I'm about to drop Caddy off at her mom's. So,
okay.
Later, guys.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye, Vile Child and Vile Mike.
Check out his eBay store, people.
And his channel.
And Caddy's corner of the eBay store, because that just goes to her.
Yeah. That's better than the regular store.
Word to Pray 5 likes shopping in the kids section. Confirmed.
So, Matthew,
I haven't. I bought a couple of things from Vile's store, I think. That was before Caddy had her own corner. Wesley, I haven't heard anything from Wesley. Does anybody else hear him?
Hello?
Yeah, I can.
Hello?
I heard him just a second ago.
Yeah, I don't talk much.
Is he talking now?
I think
No,
poor Mr.
friend.
Lundell still isn't coming in.
Yeah, I don't hear anything from Miss Londell or Wesley.
Bird.
Well,
Bird.
Triples are back, Bird.
Let me know.
No?
Let me know if one of them is talking.
Can anyone hear me?
Yeah, Wes is talking right now.
Son of a bitch.
Hello.
Okay, I'm gonna refresh my page again and see if it helps.
And Zach is saying that don't forget that Anti-Trigger's back on in less than an hour. I was hoping Anti-Trigger would do a stream like this where he brings in lots of different guest hosts. Since he's going to be going a long
He doesn't
time.
like us that much.
He doesn't have StreamYard.
We're just a number to him.
Cinnabon and I were hoping.
Anti-Trigger head is ego is so damn big. Or
Matt, Cinnabon and I were hoping that we could play a little bit of Bridge Crew and get Anti-Tracker on. And yeah, we'd be learning. Well, me and Cinnabon know the game, but you guys would have to learn the game. But it's fun to learn it as you go.
Yeah, I watched some Captain Foley streams when he played it.
Cinnabon's been trying to get a hold of him, but he's been busy with family and stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like they're missing out on a great opportunity with Bridge Crew. They need to make a tablet interface or an app on the tablet. Pay $10 for it, and it becomes your console. So that you're typing on the console itself, like, hey, I'm actually at, ops or something.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, so it kind of like if you don't have the VR, you can still have the control
Oh,
right there in
Ozzy
front of you.
Pro 5 is here.
Hey, Ozzy. Now, Ozzy Pro 5. Have you ever heard of the song "Come to Australia"? Australia, you might not accidentally get killed.
Ah, well, he's gone.
Good night, mate. It's a hilarious song if anyone goes to listen to it. It goes through all the different things in Australia that will kill you and just the obscene number of things there are there. And it's all done to a very jaunty tune, very upbeat.
Huh. I've not heard of that.
Yeah, so some people could hear me, just not Bird.
Well,
Yeah,
Bert had issues earlier too.
Where did Bird go?
Oh, this is now the sci-fi stream. So take it away, sci-fi. You're in the king chair.
Hey,
Oh,
welcome everybody to another edition of Sci-Fi Nation. We're glad you could make it here tonight to hang out with us.
And some crazy guy named Ozzy Opera keeps trying to take over it, but we boot him out.
And John DeMarco, yes, I'd love to hear Bird sing Waltzing Matilda. Bird, I'm sorry, I can't hear you now.
I don't even see you in the stream, Bird.
Yeah. Scroll up.
Oh, he's in the chat, but he's not in the stream. Oh, no, he's not.
He's Aussie.
Oh, he's Aussie.
Oh, Bird,
Oh.
where'd you go?
Oh, not the accent again. Please, no.
Oh, he's gone.
Carlo, we didn't mean to hack his stream, but it certainly seems as if the inmates are running the psychiatry now.
We have taken over.
It's a Kurogan revolution.
Down with the bourgeois.
Sorry.
Now, for me, this is odd. I have to have a tab open for Streamlabs and a tab open on YouTube so I can read any comments.
Right.
Yeah. That's the only nice thing about streaming from my phone like this. I can be in the stream and watch the YouTube page from the computer.
And then I have another tab open to Dear
Okay.
Bob so I can write more.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, hey, there he is.
Hey,
Welcome
that-
to Verizon.
That's not.
Sci-fi, I can hear you. I
Can you hear
don't
me?
see life with Matthew.
I'm
He's
actually
talking.
talking this time.
Son of a bitch. I don't hear Wesley or Mr. Londell either.
Well, yeah, Matthew and Wesley were talking to you.
God damn it. Oh, and I still have my Aussie picture.
It's that Kurogan internet.
I guess I'm just going to be constantly refreshing tonight. You guys talk till I can hear you guys.
Or
I
you know,
won't
I
say
can
anything.
ask Bird really personal questions and he won't answer.
Just wait till he starts talking to ask the question, so it sounds like he's answering it anyway.
Yeah. So, Bird of Prey, how many family members do you have in Australia?
He was saying he actually had like a cousin or something there, right?
And over in Ireland?
Or was that just a joke saying that that's his cousin when he's doing the accent?
I don't know. He needs a better disguise if it's his cousin.
They're really strong family resemblance there.
Yeah, very, very strong O'Prey genes in that family.
So, Bird of Prey, if I send you like an entire case of diapers from Amazon, will you or the baby use it?
Alexa, put diapers on the list. Yeah,
Yes,
but
Bird is gone.
if the speakers are on, then Alexa can hear me.
And Carlos saying, "Bird, if you like Frank and Freddy, don't say anything."
Anyways, Matthew, Sidbun and I were hoping to give Bridge Crew just a quick stab, maybe around 40 minutes from now, give or take.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if this goes on, we can just keep doing Joe's stream and do it right here.
Yeah, why not?
But yeah, I just finished downloading it and kind of got rid of some old games that I haven't played in a long time, so I'm not filling up the whole hard drive there.
Yeah, no, Cinnabon said you might want to set up a controller because keyboard and mouse might be difficult.
Oh.
I don't know. I have a VR headset, so I've been spoiled.
Okay.
Although I look at like a complete derp if anyone can actually see me in real life because I've got long hair, not super long, but messy hair at the moment. So I wear it kind of like a bandana over my hair. Then I've got the Oculus Rift, and then I have my headset over that.
So you do have that Will Wheaton hair going on.
I do have a controller. I just have to find it.
Okay, can you guys hear me now?
No.
Hey, Joe, I can hear you.
Yeah, Bird.
Good. Okay, I went over to Firefox instead of Chrome. God, son of a bitches.
Leave it
Chrome is the problem.
Good old Firefox.
It's you know what? It's Google, Bird.
They don't like
Google.
Google doesn't support its own platforms. You're trying to do something with YouTube? No. We can't allow that.
I mean, yeah, even though they're all owned by the same company. God forbid anything work together the right way.
They're mad that SteamYards has taken over what Google Hangouts used to do. But it's their own fault for killing Hangouts.
And they have a far less fee when it comes to the stream donations.
Whoops.
Well, Streamlabs is takes the low amount. StreamYards doesn't have a donations.
Well, see, I keep getting them confused. You stream this, stream that. You load your stream with commercials. I don't know.
Yeah, StreamYard should have probably picked a different name, since Streamlabs was well established when StreamYards came.
Well, there's actually another StreamYards, and it's for some kind of irrigation system because I went to the wrong website one time.
Well, yeah, I think that's StreamYards with an S. This one is actually no S. StreamYard.
Never visit DS9. What are you talking about? What do you think that picture was taken?
Just like Chekhov in the first season, he was in the head when Khan was on the ship.
That would have made so much more sense for it to be Sulu instead of Chekhov in Wrath of Khan. You know, who first met Khan.
Yeah, but Sulu was still attached to the Enterprise.
Yeah, but he didn't have to be. I mean, they could have just wrote it so that Sulu was commander and Chekhov was still on the Enterprise.
Yeah, but it's just not the Enterprise without a Sulu at the helm.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Demora Sulu.
Yeah, Chekhov was a cadet on the Enterprise when Khan came.
They could have retconned that or something.
Well, they could have, yeah, but
Is anybody else here like a heavy breathing or something?
yeah, it almost sounds like Nightbreeze, but he's not on here.
Wes, are you blowing into the microphone or something?
I don't think I was.
It's probably my fault somehow.
Chekhov was probably in the lower deck, says Carlo.
So Sulu was supposed to be a captain as early as Star Trek II, but Shatner screwed up the scene, so they couldn't. Well, why couldn't they just reshoot it then? I mean, if he would have been captain as early as Star Trek II, we could have had a Sulu series or something.
Shatner was looking out. He didn't want a Sulu series. He was going to be the only captain.
Yeah, Shatner's come forward and confessed that he was kind of a jerk to Sulu.
They still don't get
guy.
along, I don't think.
Shatner tried to apologize, but yeah, it didn't go well.
Well, after what, 30, 40 years of
I was about
acting
to
like
say
a
that.
douche?
Was it like super late?
He tried to apologize through a spoken word song. It didn't work.
He's a rocket man.
I'm pretty sure Takai's response was something to the tune of like "Screw you and the horse you rode in on."
That was a pretty
Oh.
classic one, yes.
I did not know that, Zach.
I
That's
didn't
really
either.
had a
Death
death
scene.
scene. Yeah.
They were going to kill Sulu.
Oh my.
Well,
This
that would have
Londell
sucked.
is back.
Oh, are
I'll
we gonna
come
get him this
back,
time?
Mr. Londell.
Is he alive this time?
I see you.
Come on.
I'm not
So
sure.
I don't hear you.
I don't either. Mr. Lindell, when we talk, we gotta do our hands like this so we have the white circle so people know when we're talking.
I think Bird does it best when he's singing the songs and his hands and fingers just get to going on either side.
Oh, Zach, that doesn't count. He's saying the scene that Sulu died was the simulator Kobayashi Maru scene. He died and
Oh,
simulated
come
everyone
on.
else.
That don't count.
Boo!
Well, it's like its internet's trying, but
I think it's just too hot in Dallas. And the electrons aren't transmitting the amplitude of the audio. Maybe if we repolarize it,
Reverse the
that's
polarity.
That's
reverse
interesting.
polarity.
I have actually been to the building that all the internet goes
oh
through.
yeah, Cinnabon just pointed out that Mr. Lodell's mic is muted,
Oh,
so
No.
we couldn't hear him. Anyways,
Oh, he has to unmute the mic. It's not mine. I can't unmute it. Oh, it's actually saying the mic isn't connected. When I mouse over his microphone to unmute it, it's saying that they can't be unmuted. That the guest microphone is not connected.
huh. He's
Mr.
tuning
Lundell,
her.
if you can hear that.
No, Bird's not that bad. That's an anti-tracker.
So Anti-Tracker asked me earlier if I plan to be up at midnight, and if Mamo Pray planned to be up at midnight. And I said, no, we didn't. Because to be honest, we haven't been. I don't know when the last time I waited up for New Year's has been. Usually I get up sometime between midnight and 2 a.m. to Jaloja. I put the TV on. I make sure that, Times Square, nothing blew up. Everything's okay. And I go back to sleep till morning.
I couldn't do that. Stand out there in that cold weather with, being herded like cattle into them gates. And
I have never, ever, ever wanted to go, and I don't think I ever, ever would want to go, even if I was walking. And Mamo prays the same way. She could never, ever imagine.
well, I've got a story for you guys. Then, does anyone watch the Rose Parade, Pasadena Rose Parade?
If I do, I don't realize I do.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
I've stayed on Colorado Boulevard overnight, like 2 or 3 years in a row.
Okay, can you hear me now?
What was that, Wes? Oh, hey.
Yeah, now we can hear him.
Now I can.
We're getting a
Never
little bit of an
ever
echo,
think
but
that I'm a great, brilliant person with computers. I'm not. An echo.
Oh, we never doubted you.
It's my room. And the fact that I'm nursing a cold. So anyway, what the hell is it? Anyway,
I was talking about staying overnight at the Rose Parade because Bird was talking about how he's never done the New York City. What is it, Times Square? Or
Yeah, the
Times Square, ball drop. Never did the 4th of July, Macy's fireworks. I don't like people.
Hadn't noticed,
yeah,
Bird.
yeah, Zachary, the Rose Bowl Parade. I've seen it, in person multiple times on the street.
The only parades I've been to were college homecoming parades.
Richie Pool, I don't go anymore. It's a little bit past that. You do it a couple times and you experience it.
I live in a second story apartment on Main Street. So while everybody else is outside freezing to death and getting sick and catching colds, I'm watching from my nice warm apartment window.
Uncle Remus. No, I don't think they'll be doing that this year.
I do not go to the Pride Parade.
Why not, Bird?
Just tell them it's not that kind of rainbow. It's God's rainbow.
If I was to go to any parade, it'd probably be... Honestly, I don't know what the hell parade I'd go to. None. I wouldn't go to any. If we had like another space hero, like we land on Mars and they come back and we do a parade through Manhattan like they did for Neil Armstrong and those guys, maybe that would be something I'd go to.
Bird, it all makes sense now. It all makes sense. Space Force is so that they can bring the secret.
Richie Pool, I think Anti-Checker's taking a break. He's going to stream a little bit later.
Yeah, he said he was going to stream starting at 9 p.m., which is 10 p.m. Central, which is 30 minutes from now.
So, Sci-Fi, I got a funny story for you about it being God's rainbow.
Okay. I remember making it in Sunday school.
So my mother-in-law makes this popsicle sign. It, just the scrap wood movement people do. They think it looks really neat.
Yeah.
And she paints popsicles on it and spells out welcome. And she makes the popsicles a rainbow color. So I'm out working the yard one day and this guy comes up to me and he's like, "Hey, I just want to let you know, I saw your welcome sign and we just moved here to Texas and it really warms my heart to see someone who's so inclusive in the gay pride movement." And I look at him and I go, okay. So first off, yeah, I have no problem with gay people, but you need to know that the sign's just a rainbow, man. It's just a cute thing my mother-in-law did. And then he just stood there for a few minutes and then awkwardly walked off.
So sometimes a rainbow is just a rainbow.
Who did we lose? Did I kick him off?
It looks like we lost Wes.
Wes, I don't know if I kicked you off by accident. I was trying to put back on Dundee. All my Australian cousins back.
How's life in the land down under?
I was being chased by some dingoes. I run into a croc, and I had the dingoes eat the croc. And now I'm putting some shrimp on the Barbie.
Well, why would Barbie want to have shrimp on her?
Well, it's summer here, you see. I was riding on the wrong side of the road, compared to you Americans. And I hit a roo. So I got out, and then the dingo started chasing me. I said, "Son of a bitch." Anyway, now I'm out here stuck on the top of Ayers Rock, and I'm waiting for my boomerang to come back.
I knew a
I
young man
flung
who
it
had a
about
problem.
20 minutes ago.
Yeah, I knew a young man who had a problem that his boomerang wouldn't come back. He
Well,
wrote a whole
boomerangs
song about
always
it.
come back. Wouldn't be a boomerang then; it would just be a stick.
Yeah, he was a disgrace. That was the point of the song.
It'd just be a ring. Or
And
a
yes,
boomer.
Thomas Potts. This guy's a fake.
Who are you calling a fake? I know. I live here in Sydney. We have a beautiful opera house, and I go to the north to Adelaide and south to Perth.
Wait, Adelaide has her own city?
Adelaide, it's in the north. Queensland.
So your cousin Bert O'Prey 5 lives in Queens, in New York.
Bertie Dundee, Zach. Thomas Potts
The
wants to know
toilet-
which ways do your toilets flush?
The toilet flushes in the proper clockwise rotation for the southern hemisphere. You northerners think you're so special with your North Star. Doesn't move. I got a North Star right here for you.
So I have a question. What way does the toilet flush if it's right on the equator?
It flushes however it's supposed to flush. Down. Oh, I gotta get off. Long distance, very expensive. I'll put you back to Bird.
I want to say that the Aussie lenders have the Southern Cross instead of a North Star.
That's what I thought too. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but the Southern Cross isn't quite the same as a single star. You can't just measure your latitude.
Welcome, Madega Outlaw. He just did a live today about he released his book that he wrote.
Oh, very cool. You wrote a book?
What was it about?
Is it on Amazon or something? You give us the title.
It was about down. I know the enemy gate is down.
No, I think he's talking about when the toilets in the equator.
Oh,
So actually, what I read about toilets is that they flush in whatever direction that the water is actually jetted. The Coriolis effect is not actually strong enough to overcome the way the toilet manufacturer has set up the water to spin. So if it's meant to spin counterclockwise, it's going to spin counterclockwise, whether it's in the northern hemisphere or the southern hemisphere or the equator.
okay.
Oh, very cool, Adega. It's a science fiction book. It is on Amazon, and it's called Evolution. Now, I'm assuming that links are on your channel page, Adega?
I'm trying to look it up to find a link.
Oh,
I need to
it's
get
not.
there.
It's not on his channel page, Bird. So you have to go to Amazon.
Adega, is that your gosh, I'm sorry, I'm gonna sound like a total douche. Is that your nom de plume? Your author name, is that what you have it on listed under Amazon, the Adega Outlaw, or do you go by a different name on
Yeah, because there's a lot of books
Yeah,
called Evolution.
Yeah, it is. Adega Outlaw is his author name.
Okay. Okay,
Thomas,
yeah, I see that there.
Thomas, everyone knows toilet paper goes over.
Yeah. So when we were doing marriage counseling, before we got married. That was one of the like 5 questions our pastor actually asked us. Like, which way do you send the toilet paper, over or under? Because he's had more counseling issues arise over toilet paper than over any legitimate issue.
Bird, it's just evolution by Adega. Not.
I got it.
Okay. All right.
I found it. I'm going to post the link in a sec.
No, that episode never happened, Richie Poole.
For a creature of habit, the day started just like any other. Edric completed his morning routine and went to work. And then chaos hit. That's the teaser. It's the teaser.
He also does the voice overs for Action R Comics.
Oh.
And he last week he had a live where he showed how he does, how he records when he's doing the voiceovers. It was really cool.
I always wanted to get into voiceover work, and then I realized I didn't have the voice for it. That nice, rich Morgan Freeman kind of voice.
I think you got a voice that could do voiceover.
Oh, but come on, Morgan Freeman. He's got voice like
okay, but Morgan Freeman is like the top 1% of all voiceover people.
He could read the phone book, and you'd be like, yeah. Now get to the
they need people for all types of voice. My friend Addie, who did the radio show. I mean, not that he has a spectacular voice. Like, I don't think, oh my God, he's Morgan Freeman. Voice to me just sounds like a normal voice, but somebody heard him and they brought him down to Hollywood for a few days. They paid him everything. And he recorded some voiceovers for some cartoon characters. It was cool. He had a great time. They paid him a little bit. He got a trip out of it, and it was pretty cool. But I mean, most voiceover work is just done people do them in their own homes. You set up a room that's very acoustically, quiet, and you just
that's how Adega does
send
it.
You a script. What'd you say?
So that's how Adega does it. His home.
Well, cool. I mean, I'm
Bird,
assuming you've got to get your name out there somehow, but once you do that.
Bird, are you working Carlo too hard today? I mean, doesn't he get a break from the Krogan mines? He wants to go home.
Can you send me home from work, please? Easy money, but it's boring. Thank you for keeping me company. You working the mines today, Carlo? I'm sorry. I thought we had you on desk duty. Yeah, you can leave the mines. We're gonna flood them anyway. In fact, you probably should get out pretty quickly. The water starts filling in 19 minutes.
That would have been my answer, Adega. The side that's facing your butt. Somebody asked, what side of the toilet paper do you use?
Oh, toilet paper has to be over. I mean, every hotel in the world, it's over. I mean, does anybody honestly put it under?
I don't.
People do, yeah. It causes a problem.
There are people who stick needles in their arms and shit. I mean,
some people just like to watch the world burn.
Yeah. Who do we lose now?
Oh, we lost Mr. Lindell again. I'm sorry, Mr. Lindell.
Oh.
He said he tried everything that he knew how to do, but it just wasn't working.
I'm sorry, Mr. Lindell. Next time.
And Thomas says you're gonna blood
people.
Thomas says you're gonna blood the mines, Bird.
Blooded. Well, I didn't want to be rude, but yeah, we're not really flooding it with water. It's going to be significantly more corrosive.
No worries, Wes.
Did you get the boot, Wes? Oh. Are you going to be able to bridge crew later on? When people say "shut up, Wesley," they don't really mean it.
Yeah, no, I don't mean it. Sometimes I do, but not to you, Wes. Other Wesleys.
What other Wesleys come into your stream, Bird?
Well, not into the stream, but you know.
Okay, I'm just clarifying that.
Ew.
That sounds like a personal problem, Carlo.
Yeah.
I don't know, Carlo. Why don't you taste it? See what it tastes like.
Yeah, it might be fluff.
It's probably sugar.
It's melted marshmallows. Hello, Tubian. How are you doing?
That's true.
Get that boy off my bridge.
I finally hit the part in Star Trek where Wesley is getting annoying. He was good for the first 3 seasons, but when he became a true ensign with the uniform, he did start to get kind of annoying.
Well, let's see. What was Wesley's best episode?
Ooh.
Because it's not the first one. I mean, I don't think so. I didn't like young Wesley.
I thought it was like in the very early season 1, the Naked Now, where he like took over control of engineering.
Oh, you thought was his best episode where he makes a device so he can sound like Captain Picard? Yeah, we can do with our iPhones.
He made the repulsor and saved the ship at the end of the day.
That's one of my favorite episodes.
What about there's
the
one
hell
when
happened?
he was an ensign. What?
Oh, Matthew dropped out on us for a second.
Oh,
you both dropped out on me for a second, and then you both popped back. But Sci-Fi Nation came back without an avatar. I can hear you live with Matthew.
I still see my avatar.
I don't.
Oh, well, okay. No, Mrs. Sci-Fi's phone is gone. What?
So there are 2 good Wesley episodes. One was when Riker was in charge of the lesser ship, and Data had the finger chess match game with the alien.
Okay.
I thought that was a good Wesley one, but the better one was when he came back from Starfleet, and everyone had been taken over by that mind control device that like gave you pleasure.
Oh, the game?
Yeah.
That was the episode name, the game. Yep.
I thought that was a good Wesley episode.
He almost scored with that chick.
Oh yeah, the blonde chick.
Every
She
time
was the last one.
Okay, who had the worst dating experience in Star Trek? Wesley, Geordi, or Harry Kim?
Oh, definitely Geordi.
Geordi was just full on stalker at some point. Weird stuff.
Yeah, he was creepy.
Geordi's a freak. Geordi is a freak.
He was creepy.
Although to be honest, I identified a lot with Geordi and his issues.
I mean, I think Harry Kim got more booty than Geordi because Harry Kim had Tom Paris looking out for him.
Yeah, they got that Delta Quadrant. They were never coming back. They would never call in those people back. They just move on, and we're never going to see you again. Whereas like, Geordi, he had to maybe see them again.
Like Guinan told Geordi, just be yourself. He's like, how? She's like you're doing right now.
Well, some women don't like it when you're yourself.
Well, then they can go somewhere else.
You try being yourself for the first, 25 years of your life. It doesn't work. You only have another, 75 years to go if you're lucky.
Well, Bird, your brain's not even
of them useful.
Your brain isn't even fully developed here at 25, so come on.
Just saying. I think 25 years is long enough to take one advice. If it's not working, maybe it's time to try a different plan.
I felt sorry for Jordy in the follow-up episode. You know, he had to make the hologram version of that lady so he could save the Enterprise on the holodeck.
Oh,
Right. He didn't. Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then,
Because the first hologram was made completely innocently.
yeah,
He wasn't intending to fall in love with a hologram.
I still think he wanted. I still think he wanted to bang that hologram, especially the way he treated the real one when she came on board.
and that's where
Now,
I
you
feel
see, I
sorry
wouldn't
for
have
Jordy.
blamed him if he went back after they, after the whole thing was over, and had a fun time with the hologram, since she was already created. But I think it showed that he was actually quite a gentleman. That when that program restarted, that hologram was still fully clothed.
True.
Well, that's because of
That lady
network
didn't
censors,
find-
Bird.
Yeah, that lady didn't find a naked version of herself
She was
tied up
still
in
pissed.
Geordi's dungeon.
Welcome, Admiral Saval.
Qapla, Admiral. But that follow-up episode made me feel really bad for Geordi. And another episode made me feel bad was the episode where he was going through that woman's log who they thought got killed.
Oh yeah, and the dog.
Yeah, it turned out to be the dog.
Oh, yeah, I remember that episode.
And he's like, first he thought she was dead, so he was reading her personal logs, kind of fell for her. Then turns out she was alive and just had run off. Then she was the suspect in the murder, and he was the only one sticking up for her. And then the
Aquiel.
dog turned into a monster and tried to eat him.
Aquiel.
Aquiel.
Yeah, Jordy definitely had just the worst dating experience in Star Trek.
Zachary Gibbons brings up a good point because he had her Starfleet profile or whatever downloaded into the hologram, but it never told him that she was married. Wouldn't that be in the records that he downloaded into the hologram?
Well, maybe she wasn't married at the time. It was like a year, right, between those two times.
Yeah, and sometimes your emotions don't care about facts. Like, I can understand her being pissed just off the cuff. Like, holy crap, what were you doing with my image?
I
Kind of like
swore,
when... Go on.
I was going to say, I could have swore Spock told that to Kirk several times.
But no, kind of like when Kira got pissed off at Quark for trying to get her picture.
Yeah. I wonder what those hollow images, how much detail they get. I mean, can they see through clothing?
Vile's in the backstage.
Oh, Vile's back. Hey, Vile.
Howdy. Yeah, I'm done driving now, so I figured it would be safe to come back.
No prob. Well,
Hey,
we've got
Bird.
maybe 10 minutes or so before anti-trigger. Yeah.
I was going to say, Vile came in and you didn't have any triples this time.
Well, now I'm on Firefox. I really think we'll be okay.
Oh, okay, that's right.
I
What
just
were you
can't
using
use
before?
Chrome anymore.
Ah,
I was on Chrome, which is the preferred version, the preferred software for StreamYards. But the only problem with Firefox is that I can't share a tab. Like Chrome, you can share a tab. In Firefox, you can't. Which means if I want to share something, I've got to share the entire window, which I can't do because unfortunately I've got pop-ups and stuff coming up all the time that have people's private information on them. And they would get captured if I recorded the entire desktop. So I don't know. I guess I'll just use Firefox. That's for foreseeable future and then try Chrome in a month or two. Maybe they've fixed it. Okay, so last Trek dating question. And we're actually going to be watching Nemesis this Saturday. So I don't know when the last time any of you guys seen Nemesis, but on my Star Trek Saturday, this Saturday is Nemesis.
Okay.
I'm 100% sure after watching Nemesis that Picard and Beverly were involved. Okay, well, that was more than just their like playful flirting or whatever they had done earlier. I mean, she was sitting on his desk, looking at him, calling him Jean-Luc. They had to be involved. So I think that in Star Trek Picard, we have to find out what happened to Beverly.
Well, there were lots of episodes in TNG where they looked like they were pretty hot and heavy.
Well,
Yeah,
and plus in
but
the book
they
series,
never quite
they're married.
Well, yeah, in that one timeline, they got married.
No,
No, I
in the
And divorced.
in the TNG relaunch book series, Picard and Beverly did get married, and they ended up having a kid, which they named Renee.
Well, books. I mean, that's cool and all, but books don't mean anything to canon.
Nope, just the pre-Picard comics.
Which
Yeah,
don't mention her yet.
I do agree, Bird, that I think there was something going on with
Yeah,
the Doctor.
I
and the
think I don't know if
Captain.
they cut it completely or they didn't want to cement it for whatever reason. But I think that was pretty clear that by Nemesis, him and Beverly were actually involved.
Nemesis was a weird movie, like the telepathic scene between Troy and young alternate Picard. Yeah,
Ken's on.
speaking of Doom, that's the thing I'm talking about.
Anti-Trekkers here.
Howdy,
Anti-Tracker.
Hey, Anti.
Anti-Tracker, if you want to come on to a quality stream, I'll give you the link.
We were just talking about how very much canon the books are of Star Trek, and how The Last Jedi is the greatest movie ever created. And Threshold, wow, I can't believe we had such a good discussion about Threshold being amazing.
Well, that's because it uses the same technology or same effect.
Threshold was kind of like the TNG episode where Geordi got transformed into those creatures that were ultraviolet, or no, that shown in the black light.
Yeah, Geordi got transformed
Those creatures that
once into those creatures and once during the Barclay T-virus thing.
Everybody got transformed during the T-virus.
That was one. It was called Evolution or something, wasn't it? Where they all reverted back to some animal form.
Well, we all know one thing: if Star Trek can do anything well, it's evolution.
Oh yeah,
You've seen that over and over. That Star Trek really knows how to nail evolution. By the way, like with Matthew, I have to compliment you. You actually look probably the most normal of any of us here, but you also look very much like a youth pastor that's on the run from the law for something.
Wow.
Wow.
There are some
AT,
parts of my past I refuse to get into, Anti-Trucker, but yeah, sure, we'll go with youth pastor on the run.
Yeah.
What do you mean I don't look normal?
Wow.
I think that just kind of goes without saying. I mean, have you looked at your picture?
I look damn sexy. I don't know what you're saying.
I rest my case.
Isn't pride one of the 7 deadly sins?
Yeah, but I'm an atheist. I don't care.
He's safe.
Hey, everyone, I stuck back in.
Hey, Wes.
Hey,
Hey,
Wes.
Wes.
Shut up, Wesley. So
Wes, did you drop off before, or did I knock you off?
No, I had to evacuate. I took an escape pod.
had to evacuate, huh?
Evacuate your bowels? That's fine. That's
Who
what we're
knew?
all thinking.
You know, I understand Bird is trying to sell a slightly used Gelogia machine. So,
And who knew that word was missing from our English
Oh no,
language?
I've got my own shop back. I'm good.
Joseph Petrick says 4 hours in 2020. So far, so good. Good evening, gents, for a €2 super chat. Thank you so much, Joseph.
Wesley,
So
make
Joseph
sure.
is 4 hours into 2020.
Wes, make sure you drill holes in the end of that.
Turn it off.
Well, you
Turn
know,
it off.
the used Gelogia machines, they go, I can sell them for half price, maybe. Although for Anti-Tracker, I'd give him one if he needed it.
it's so very kind of you.
They're washed. It's not that they're not washed. They're just they're not dirty. I'm not going to send you something dirty.
I'm just young. I'm just glad I'm young and don't need one of those things yet, like all the rest of you.
Hey,
Yeah, you
Watch
keep
it there,
on
bud.
saying that, Vile. The years catch up fast. Let me tell you.
How old are you, Vile?
35 as of 3 days ago.
Yeah, wait till you
Oh,
hit.
I'm the
wait,
baby in the group.
wait till you hit 40.
I'm not going to hit 40. I'm
Oh,
I'm
you're just
I'm going to be in my
within
30s
95
in
years?
perpetuity.
40 is going to hit you.
Mike, I got you beat by just a couple weeks. I turned 35 at the very end of November.
How old
Really?
is young Wesley over there?
Yeah.
Like with Matthew, I would have guessed that you were like maybe 20.
Yeah, I got that face. It's handsome forever. I know it, but
No, I didn't
nope, I'm
say
35.
Just young looking. So what is this Uplay crap? So I got to create a new account to play this game?
What are you talking about? You play.
It's this
Stupid
thing that
Ubisoft makes
Wesley-
you have an account with them to play their games.
Oh, yeah, Wes, I just made mine life with Matthew one word.
Okay, that'll be easy to find.
I try
I'm
to make
making
it that
mine
way.
Anti-Tracker one word.
Okay. Search for Wesley Crusher 85. Level 26. Dang.
Oh, and thanks for the birthday wishes, Nightbreeze and Richie.
Oh, hey, happy birthday.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
happy-
that's right. Happy birthday, Vile.
Well, it was a couple
a
of days
few
ago.
more-
I just didn't want to make a big deal about it. It was actually the day I posted the prank video.
Found you, Matt.
By the way, that was
Ah.
that was a good video. The Nintendo Switch thing. I gotta say, if my kids and I were younger, I would have done the exact same thing. So, bravo.
Well, I wish I could claim it was full credit that I came up with it, but Mrs. Vile actually discovered someone else who did it on Facebook, and I was like, "Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm stealing it."
I cannot find an anti-checker.
I'm still creating the account. It's on the verification screen right now. Give me a minute. Let's see.
Bird.
You got to give
Miss-
Anti-Tracker some time.
AT, I
Shut
think I forgot to get you the next generation DLC.
Sorry, Sci-Fi Nation. What were you saying?
Oh, Mr. Captain 93 wants you to sing Auld Lang Syne.
Oh, I
I'll
can't,
pay money a
do
person
that
to
now.
say it.
Auld Lang Syne.
Welcome to Ubisoft account management.
Uh-oh. Sassy's on the warpath.
Uh-oh.
I heard a noise. I thought it was you.
No,
What was it?
I hope fireworks. We're gonna go.
I don't see anybody outside. There was a little bit of a boom.
That would be the Gelogia machine.
It's not the Gelogia machine.
I thought somebody
Apparently
was
it's
going through
not
his
dishwasher
recycling
safe.
bin.
Neighborhood fireworks.
Okay, so I created the Ubisoft account.
Wes, stop sitting on your phone.
Well, Captain 93 said, or no, it was Richie Poole said, press 1 if you want to see Mrs. Anti-Checker on the stream.
That was
Without-
it was Captain 93.
Without the blurry face.
Says your games will appear here. So how come this game doesn't appear?
Do you own it?
Yeah, but
Do you have to link it from where it is on your hard drive?
You might need to link it through Steam to Ubisoft, but it should automatically. It did for me.
let's see.
You gonna be playing the games tonight on your stream, Anti-Tracker?
Well, if I can figure this crap out, like you said, I am old.
You should be able to just launch it from Steam
and then have it automatically do it.
Oh, by the way, Anti-Tracker, Mrs. Sci-Fi Nation wanted me to relay to you if you could play some games that the audience could be a part of, she would appreciate it. But I didn't know what you had planned for the night.
Yeah. I was gonna probably do some. I have a new Uber chat that I'm gonna unveil during the second half. So
Is that separate from your Jaloja chat?
Yeah, the Jaloja chat is just in case I need to Jaloja. That's all it's for. Which is entirely thanks to you and your craziness today with your weird accent attempt. So
he was back. He was back again in this stream.
Oh man, I missed it. All right, so let's see.
Yeah, I know some Australians that would backslap you for as bad as that was.
Yeah, Kieran Beard. I don't know if you know him.
I mean,
but he comes to the stream sometimes.
The
he
guy
already
wanted to
yelled
put-
at me.
Unfortunately,
the guy wanted to put shrimp all over Barbie. I'm afraid the guy didn't say drink a Foster's with it.
Let me see. I know that if I hit share screen, can you guys hear the audio from my computer? I think you would be able to. Of course, now, what's that? I'm hearing Star Trek, so that must be the bridge. Oh, okay.
When you share screen, you've got to check a box to hear the audio.
Right. All right. Well, let me. Okay, so I think the game is working-ish. So that's a good thing. All right, so let's do share screen. And
Is New Year's Eve Pieroga's birthday?
I don't know.
No, it's not Kuroga's birthday.
Check.
All right, so can you guys? Let's see. Is the share screen working?
Not yet.
Because it says I'm sharing on my side. Does Bird have to approve it or something?
Man, they really make you jump through the hoops for this game.
Anything, Bird?
I'm trying to see. Maybe maybe in Chrome I have to.
Yeah, that would be where StreamYard is.
Here come the tribbles.
It says anti-tracker in here twice.
Right, but probably one of them is the screen share. Now you just went to full screen.
How many nerds does it take?
All of them.
Anything, Bird?
Are you sharing an NVIDIA GeForce overlay?
I don't know what it's
That
called.
sounds like it.
Yeah, that would be his graphics card.
I don't Oh Jesus, is there more than two of you?
All right, hey Matt. So
Yeah.
I see we're friend request. So we're just waiting on answer checker, and
Okay, there we go. Hold.
I don't know if Cinnabon wants to hop in to this stream or do his own?
Oh, well, I'm going to be ending very soon.
Okay.
Can you guys hear it?
It's my Aussie accent. Oh, jeez. It's the dingoes. We have to worry about the dingoes and the roos. The
Is the stream
dingoes
crashing
and
here?
the roos, they fight. And the shrimp, the shrimp fall off the barbie.
You see, the amazing thing about this is that goes on for 7 minutes.
Oh God!
God.
That's some beautiful game footage right there.
So yeah, so all I did was put a little music on it, and it's like 7-minute break anytime I need it. All right, so
7 minutes? Jesus.
yes.
You're gonna be internet famous, Bird.
All right, so let's see. Star Trek Bridge Crew voice commands powered by IBM Watson.
Neat.
I think we'll decline that. I don't think that's going to help. Master volume, I will turn that down a bit. We'll bring the music volume all the way down.
All right, so I think what Cinnabon is saying is he'll start his own stream as soon as this one ends, and we'll connect in the game.
Okay.
I'm probably going to be going to sleep when this ends. So
You mean you're not asleep now?
surprisingly, not. No.
Thomas
Okay.
Potts is yelling at Anti-Tracker.
Is he? What's he saying? I can't see the chat.
You son of a bitch, Anti-Tracker! Don't you dare! Don't you dare!
Don't
I
he
don't
dare
know.
what?
I'm stuck on this window.
You have to hit the back arrow button at the top middle screen. I was stuck there too.
Okay. Well, that's stupid.
Yeah, you'd think the OK button.
Yeah, that's why I've been tapping the OK button and all that. Okay, I'm not. Stop looking around. I don't want to look around. All right, and then close that. All right. All right, so that's select. Got it. All right. And now what?
Now, regardless what you guys do for your avatar, they always look kind of goofy. So it's just do the best you can.
So what am I supposed to select from here?
Select what from where?
Well, okay.
Oh, now I see your screen.
Yeah.
What is he doing?
That's the main menu of Bridge Crew.
Oh, you guys are playing Bridge Crew?
Yeah, we're gonna do that after this.
Cool.
Say thank you, anyway.
The plan was to start at 9 o'clock Central, but we're just a little bit behind. Okay, so I think on the lower left there should be a button that says Avatar.
Yes.
Then, because this game is meant to be in VR, but you can play it without, your avatar head will be off to the left. And it should have brought it up though. I don't see it.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Wow.
That is an ugly face.
Yeah, but basically the goal is to make it as less ugly as possible.
Why would there just be a face on a console?
It's your avatar.
Right there.
It's what your character will look like.
70s adult star stock.
Yeah. Hey, you want to get logical?
I saw Tuvok, like young Tuvok. Now you can play as a human, a Vulcan, or an android.
Do they actually have like different stats, or is it just?
No, it's just the way your character will look in game.
I haven't seen one Android yet. At least I don't think so.
No, because he hasn't clicked on it.
How? I mean, where do you go to select the characteristics?
Okay,
I only see a randomize button.
Okay, but in the middle, like right area, it says
Oh.
first pick your gender.
Okay.
Then you click next.
Wait, how many genders do you have?
Only two.
Only two.
Oh, Jesus.
I know this game is so not 2019.
It's not woke at all.
It's almost like CBS didn't make this game.
All right, let's look at human. So you just have choices of being various versions of ugly.
Yeah.
That's not so bad.
I mean, the androids aren't.
Really? You think that looks good, Bird?
No.
Okay, well.
I was trying to be nice.
Now, the nice thing is you can always come back to this and change it later.
Well, the human gets lots of options. The Vulcan has two head types.
That's got to be a Vulcan, right?
Yeah, that's a Vulcan. Very good, Bird.
That's something, all right.
This is speciesist. The humans get 5 different head types.
And so it's like, and each slider just says, okay, do you want it even more effed up than it already is? I mean, I'm thinking, oh, which one of these is going to make him look good? But they just all make him look worse.
Yosef says you can still be a girl and play as Michael.
Yosef can suck.
You can make an avatar that looks like your daughter and play as Michael.
Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness.
You really went there, huh?
On the
sorry.
next screen,
that was wrong.
On the next screen,
uh,
you can adjust your features.
Yeah, that's where I said you can just make him look even more jacked up than he already is.
Yeah, it's just they really go in with the stereotypes on.
Is that a Beatles haircut?
It's a Vulcan. Jeez, Bert, have you never seen Star Trek?
Is that a Beatles haircut, though?
It kind of does look like a
That's not Spock's haircut. Or Sarek's. Or Tuvok's.
So, are you saying all humans have to have the same hair too?
No, there's different hairstyles for humans, but they all have receding hairlines for some damn reason.
Yeah, and weird misshapen foreheads.
Well, it's logical that Vulcans only have 1 or 2 haircuts.
They're the most efficient haircuts.
Right. I mean, it's illogical to waste time picking a hairstyle.
Stick a bowl-like object over your head and cut the hair where it sticks out. Yeah.
That brings up the question, though: are there Vulcan barbers?
I was just going to say, you can't imagine that there's actually any Vulcan barbers.
There's probably
There's probably
only one for every like 1,000.
They got that vacuum thing that you just run over your hair and it like sucks the hair out and gives your hair.
Bird of Prey's old Gelogia machines.
No, those were called Flobies.
I feel like there's only one
Vulcan invention.
Flobies, yeah. See, I think what Flobies were failed Gelogia machines. So they said, hey, let's try to sell them for haircutting machines.
No, those wouldn't have been Gelogia machines. They would have been circumcision machines.
Oh, what are those? What are the names of those?
They were called Flobies.
The Moyle 5000.
I'm trying to get past them.
Moyle
5000.
All right, so now what? Do I need to? Do we have a lobby?
No, I'm not in the game yet because once I do get in the game, I won't be able to see what you're doing.
Wow, this sounds like a good place to cut the stream. You guys can figure it out.
Talk about circumcision and then a good place to cut it. That's
well, the question is, have we scared away all of Bird's viewers yet?
I don't know. I can't.
No, we're actually at 27. We're actually a couple higher than we were before.
So maybe we should.
I guess people don't mind seeing anti-tracker.
The better we do.
Guess so. There's no Bird New Year's countdown.
I did a countdown for Islamabad, for Kabul.
You did a countdown for Putin.
Dubai, and for Moscow.
He did all the evil countries, and then I did Europe.
Evil countries. Jeez.
Who is Putin's buddy? Bird of Prey.
All right, I think Cinnabon wants to start his stream.
So does that mean we have to join Cinnabon now?
So Cinnabon, why don't you start your stream and then put your link into my stream so people can.
So that you guys can
follow.
cross your streams?
Oh, you don't cross the streams.
Speaking of
I'm not
crossing the
crossing.
stream,
Just make it easier on everybody to find
switch over.
Yeah, before I get into the Cinnabon stream, I need to go Geloja, so I will. I'll see you guys later. Joe,
Do you want me to play the
stream here.
tune there?
Hey, but AT, there is a what is it? Like
Take care, life with Matthew.
tutorial that teaches you all the different positions.
Right, that's the training, I assume.
Yeah, the training exercise.
Right. The problem is that then if I go into that, then I won't know where to go to get to Cinnabon stream. I mean, if I could.
Do you have a spare copy of that?
Hurry to cut us all off here.
Do you have a spare copy of that manual? I mean, Bird might need to learn some new positions too.
But Bird doesn't want one position; he wants all positions.
Well, Bird just sucks anyway. Just the main thing is we can't let Bird pilot the ship because he'll crash.
I only need to be captain.
You can't crash those unless Diana's the driver.
Well, actually, I flew the ship into an asteroid.
Oh, Cinnabon can't put in the link.
He's just playing.
You won't be able to. I'm streaming through PlayStation.
Well, Cinnabon, if you start your stream, I'll get the link. I'll put it in. I'll get notification when your stream starts.
So what position am I going to be?
I think maybe any trekker should drive.
Oh, gee, that's a good idea.
Yeah, if you want to do helm.
Wow, somebody's a bad writer. The first thing the tutorial says, as helmsman, you're the ship's navigator. No, that would be the navigator.
Okay, since I haven't played this game, does it take place in the JJ verse? Because that's what it looks like.
It looks like the JJ.
There's the default missions but there's TOS and next gen as options.
Okay.
But the default ship, yeah, I think it is.
How much does the game cost?
Like $12.50.
Hmm.
Oh, well, and I think there's a DLC. The next gen is a DLC.
Yeah, I think the TOS is a DLC as well.
I'll take a look at it, but I don't think so.
It's fun if you have a group and you can mess around with it. If you're just playing with random people, yeah.
I believe it.
Star Trek Bridge Crew.
Yeah, Bridge Crew. Yep.
Now, where I could see this game being ridiculously fun would be as if you have enough people to fill 2 ships and actually have combat.
I wish they had that.
Yeah, that would be ridiculously funny. Could you imagine where if Bird was actually trying to command a starship with some people trying to do what he's saying?
Yeah, if they had where you could do a one-on-one quick map and you're only in one solar system and you had a bird of prey and the Enterprise, that would be fun.
You could have the IKS Karoga versus the USS Turkestan and have crews from each group manning the stations.
Now, Anti-Trek, are you going to be streaming this as well?
Depends on how long we're playing.
Okay, Cinnabon just started because I got people asking me if I know when you're going live.
Yeah, I'm not sure yet.
Okay.
Sometime before it becomes midnight on the East Coast.
Okay, but you're going to be on Cinnabon's stream for a little bit.
The immediate, yes.
Okay, cool.
All right.
So here is the link to Cinnabon's stream, everybody. You should head over there. And I'm going to be closing up this stream. I guess if anybody wants to shout out your channel, you can.
I think everyone knows us.
Yeah, I think.
All right, I'm
we have the regulars in here.
I'm getting off this StreamYards.
All right, you guys. I'll talk to you all later as I suck at this.
All right, I'll join one of the streams in the chat. Later, folks.
See you, Vile.
Good night, all. Take care.
All right, Bird. Thanks for having
Happy
us.
New Year.
Happy
Thank
New Year,
you.
Bird.
Thanks for the patience, everybody.
No problem. Wasn't that trivial at all. Good night, Bird.
Take care. Okay, everybody. Good night, all. Thanks for coming, and happy New Year.